This is what 300 pounds of Cane Corso looks like. We have 155-pound Bruce Wayne, 142-pound Joey Justice, and I'm here to tell you that most of the information you read about this breed online is incorrect. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Jason Corey here. If you've been here with us for a long time and we just hit 1 million subscribers, thanks for being around for so long. And for the new subscribers, thanks for joining us. And getting Corso kisses, you good boys. And today I'm here to do something a little bit different. A lot of the Cane Corso videos on YouTube that aren't mine are either trying to scare you away from the breed or they're trying to sell you on the breed. I'm not here to do either one of those. I've owned this breed for 9 years. Bruce just turned 9, Joey Justice is 4.5, and there are so many things online that dog trainers either get wrong or just half-truths about the breed. Because the reality is, they're not experts on the breed because they don't live with the breed 24/7, 365 for almost a decade. So their information, their experience is only being around the breed maybe a couple hours a week, maybe a session here or there, or a board and train randomly. So I'm gonna give you 5 honest truths about the Cane Corso that nobody else is gonna tell you. If you want real information about the Cane Corso breed, what it's like to live with them, their quirks, their nuances, from somebody that's lived with them for a decade, not just somebody reading off an AKC website, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you part of the family. And stick around because truth number 5 is something that nobody ever talks about, and it could literally save you thousands of dollars in heartache with your Cane Corso. Truth number 1, most breed profiles you read about the Cane Corso are either lying to you or they're not telling you the full picture. If you go to the AKC website, if you watch some of these breed profile videos, they're gonna tell you they're majestic, they're noble, they're loyal, they're protective, which is true, but they don't tell you the same dog is gonna drag you down the street as a puppy if you don't properly train them, or they're gonna fracture your shoulder because they're gonna run you over like a bulldozer, like Bruce Wayne did to my wife when he was younger. And these are the things that they're never gonna tell you. A lot of breed profiles are gonna tell you they're affectionate with family, they're calm and aloof around strangers. Yeah, that's the case until UPS pulls up the driveway and then you have a 155-pound dog screaming at the window to get off my property. Yeah, dude, I'm talking about you. Hey. Everything I talked about, everything I talked about. We don't like the mailman either. He's always like rooting our packages and stuff.
We let him bargain.
The truth is these breed profiles described the non-reactive, perfectly raised, perfectly bred, perfectly wired dog. And it's not just with the Cane Corso, it's with all dog breeds. You gotta be careful when you're reading these breed profiles. What you want a hug? You want a hug? Okay. Affection with family. Yeah, dude, stop. Let's just get through this video. Let's just get through this video, okay? Let's just get through the video and then we can play. Your Cane Corso is gonna be its own dog in itself with its own triggers, its own quirks, its own personality. Bruce and Justice, same breed, same breeder, both blood related. Bruce is Justice's uncle, yet completely different personalities. I had to train them in different ways. So if you're getting this breed because you find it's the perfect match for you because you watched a 5-minute breed profile video or because you went on the AKC website and it listed all the traits you want, you're not ready for this breed. Truth number 2, a lot of other dog trainers are gonna tell you, I got you, dude. Truth number 2, a lot of other dog trainers that don't own this breed like I do are gonna tell you a bunch of good information, but they're also not gonna fully understand the breed because they don't live with the breed 365 days a year, 24/7, and they're gonna miss a lot of things. A lot of other dog trainers see a Cane Corso for an hour here and there, maybe a board and train or a couple sessions a week, but they don't live the Cane Corso lifestyle. They don't live with a guardian breed. Over 9 years with the breed, and there's stuff that comes up that you're only gonna realize if you live with them 24/7. Not every dog breed is the same. So for example, when Kara and myself are at home, the dogs are dialed in because their leaders are here. They know what to follow. We put in the work with these two for years, constantly working with them, constantly socializing them, constantly doing training with them. Training never stops. You're always training your dog whether you realize it or not. You're either training them in a manner you want them to behave in or inadvertently training them in a manner you don't want them to behave in. And we've dialed all this in with my feedback training system. Bruce and Justice can be off leash, A deer can be on the property and they're going to still listen to me. They're not going to run off chasing it. And if they do run off, I can recall them off leash. Aggressive dog can approach and Bruce is going to be non-reactive unless that dog actually touches Bruce and does something to it. I actually have a video up with Joey Justice off leash with deer in our yard, and actually the same video, an aggressive dog approaching us. I'll drop it in the description box if you want to see it, but he handled it like a champ. But that only comes down to the level of training we did to these guys. A lot of times you may be working with a trainer and they get your obedience dialed in, but where they're gonna miss and not tell you is in public. Once in a while, your dog's not gonna be into it. They're not going to lunge and attack everyone, but they're not gonna want to be pet by people, meet people. So you really need to be able to read their energy and their cues so they don't become reactive and explode and something goes haywire and you end up in a very bad situation you don't wanna be in. Bruce is behind Bruce. I'm gonna move Bruce behind Bruce. This is Bruce's pillow, and yes, he sleeps with it all the time. That type of reaction isn't necessarily a training failure on your part, it's just how the breed is. They're protective of their people. A well-trained and a properly socialized Cane Corso is still just a creature, and they still have opinions on certain people. And they're still gonna have their days where they don't feel good or they don't wanna be around certain people. When you live with them long enough, you're gonna be able to very easily read what they're telling you. You know when you're out in the walk and people can come up and say hi? And you'll know when you're in the walk and people wanna say hi and you just have to tell them, no, not today, I'm sorry. Truth number 3 is the 2-male myth. We have 2 males here, both intact males, which even adds to the level of difficulty raising them. So many Cane Corso forums, so many Cane Corso breeders, so many dog trainers on YouTube literally say you can't own 2 male Cane Corsos, let alone 2 intact male Cane Corsos. Yes, it takes expert training, it takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, working with them together, but I'm living proof it can happen. And of course, things can go wrong. There may be a fight here and there, but that should be very minimal, and it should be able to be stopped with your voice alone. And if you're in the room with them, it should never happen because the boss is home. You know, dude, I love you so much too. Okay. So it can work, I'm living proof, but you just have to do it right. And what worked for us is timing. I didn't just hurry up and grab a second Cane Corso because I wanted one. I waited for the perfect time. I waited till Bruce was fully trained and fully mature. Bruce was just under 5 years old when we got Justice. So Bruce still had enough energy and pop in him to deal with a puppy, help me train the puppy. He wasn't in the hormonal youth stage where things can get a little dicey. Justice came in as a small, submissive puppy, where Bruce is already established as the adult male. And of course, things can change, things can happen. So I need to always stay very observant of their energy. Right now, spring is happening. There's a lot of coyotes around. There's a lot of rabbits in our yard. And when these rabbits go in heat that live under our deck, when the coyotes are around the house in heat, 2 intact males, their energy gets weird together. So I'm very cautious about tight spaces with them coming in and out at the same time. I am very observant of when they are just stiff and not really wanting to play with each other. And you can just feel and see the energy. So we have to be a little more diligent. We have to order them around. We let one dog in at a time, make them go lay down, have the other one come in. So it's just little things that prevent these big fights and explosions from happening. On top of it, we just don't give out free love. They need to earn their love. And just like earning a treat, all of your love should be earned. And I'm not saying don't love your dog, but don't just freely love up on them all the time unless they've done something to appease you or acting in a very well-behaved manner. So having 2 adult intact males isn't wrong, but you also have to make sure it's the right decision for you and your skills with your dog are at that level to be able to handle it. Truth number 4, most people won't tell you, is how much the breed costs just to own and take care of, but also the true time cost that it takes you to raise this breed properly, to socialize this breed properly constantly, give them the mental stimulation they need, on top of giving them the exercise they need because they are an athletic breed. I made a cost to own a Cane Corso back in 2020 and another one we got Justice to own too. And let me be real with you guys, it's 2026. The cost of everything has went up significantly. The cost of food, the cost of pet care, the cost of medication, the cost of pet insurance has all skyrocketed since then. I feed raw, so the pure grocery bill for these 2 is about the same as the grocery bill for Kara and myself. It can cost an outrageous amount of money. So if you can't afford to care for this breed, you definitely should not be getting this breed. Let's talk about vet visits. The bigger the dog, the bigger the bill. The bigger the surgery bill if your dog needs surgery. The bigger the medication bill, because they're a larger breed, they need more medication. Everything goes up with the size of the dog. And then there's the time cost. This isn't a golden retriever. This is a 150-pound dog that's a guardian breed, that's a working breed. We need to have them understand that everything in the world isn't a threat. We need to teach them right from wrong. And socialization is a skill. And just like any skill, if you stop practicing that skill diminishes. That's why socialization needs to be done for life. And socialization goes far more than just meet and greets out in public with people. It's training your dog's nervous system. I'm doing a full cost to own a Cane Corso on YouTube here very soon, so make sure you guys are subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss that video. And truth number 5, the truth that I never hear anybody talking about that could literally save you thousands of dollars and save you from making that tragic decision of, I either have to do this for my dog or put my dog down, is pet insurance. Before you buy a Cane Corso or any dog, please look into pet insurance. Understand their policies. Understand that these policies are going to go up every single year. Understand what they cover. Understand what they don't cover. And a big, powerful breed like a Cane Corso does have health issues. They can have hip dysplasia, entropia, hip and elbow problems, back end issues. The list goes on. And you don't want to try to get pet insurance after your dog is diagnosed with one of these, because either they won't take you or your pet insurance is going to cost you so much more money month to month. One surgery on your dog can cost 5 figures easily. If you don't have pet insurance and you're paying out of pocket and those bills get too high, now there's going to be certain people that have to consider either I do this surgery on my dog that I love so much, or I have to put them down. And nobody should be put in that decision. And your dog definitely shouldn't be in that position, because once you sign up to get a dog, you sign up to care for them through the thick, through the thin, through the bad, through the good, for their entire life. Just because you're getting a guardian breed doesn't mean you're not their guardian. Please get pet insurance while your dog is young. And I'm not here to promote any pet insurance companies. We have different ones on both of these guys. So please do your research and find out what works best for you. Because I've talked to so many people online that didn't get pet insurance and they're either financially wrecked or they chose to put down their Cane Corso. So here's what I want from you guys. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you wish you knew about the Cane Corso before you got a Cane Corso that nobody ever told you before. Or if you're thinking about getting a Cane Corso, what's the biggest question you guys have? I read every single comment you guys leave, so I'm gonna read through them all and I'll do a follow-up video on the best questions asked. Would I do it again? Would I get this breed again? Absolutely, hands down. It's probably gonna be the only breed I have for the rest of my life until I physically can't handle them anymore. There's just something about the breed. They are so loyal, they're so loving. The size of the dog, when they lay across you and just stare at you with their giant head and eyes, you just feel something different. There's something about the Cane Corso that is just so intelligent and they're so emotional. That's what I truly love about this breed. Would I change anything with how I trained and raised them? Overall, no. I'm sure there's some micro things I would obviously change looking back through my YouTube channel and how I raised them. But for the most part, the principles I raised them on are gonna stay, and I wouldn't change any of those principles. Probably the biggest thing I would do would be, when we raised Justice as a puppy, have him spend more alone time so he could build up more confidence when he's home alone. He still gets home alone time. We leave the house without him, take Bruce, vice versa. But building that a little bit stronger is one thing I would do. But having 300 pounds of Cane Corso following around room to room, loving you, staring at you, there's just something in that feeling that nothing else can replicate it. All right, I'm gonna get my wife in here. I had a couple questions for her. Babe. Come on in here. Here, I'll let you take my seat. Stay, guys.
He yells babe and I come running.
There you go. Okay, I have a few questions for you I wrote down. With the breed, would you do it again? What you love about the breed, and what you want curious Cane Corso women to know about the breed.
Okay, let's break that down. Question 1, would I do it again? 100%, 1000% will do it again is my answer to that. What I love about the breed, there is so much. Probably the one thing that stands out to me the most is a couple things, how smart they are and their ability to give love and affection. I didn't know this kind of communication was possible with a dog. And as a woman without children, I enjoy having a breed that I feel like I have such a special connection with. And I don't think you can just get that with any breed. As much as I loved my English Bulldog, the connection was not the same. And so the way that these dogs love and reciprocate their feelings and their emotions is something I find super special. And then what I would want Corso curious women to know. I think I would want Corso curious women to know that having this breed is very possible. As a woman, I first didn't think it was possible. I didn't think this was a breed I could control, I could manage. But it is very much possible. And not only is it possible, but because of this breed and how seriously you have to take leadership and training and discipline with the dogs, it not only makes it easier of a living experience with your dogs, regardless of the breed, but what you get in return from your dogs is just tenfold more rewarding in terms of like that connection that I was just talking about what I love, what I find so special.
Do you think we could do a video with you? I just thought of it, empowering women with a Cane Corso, and we can go over what it takes, because it does take a lot.
It does.
It's different.
Like I can't sugarcoat that.
They're animals. Animals look at size of things, and that's kind of the hierarchy a lot of the time. And you're a tiny person. You're not even 5'2", on 110, 108 pounds. You're tiny. These guys outweigh you. They outweigh me.
Yeah, I'd love to do that video. Because
we'll
look, if it was up to me, I would just talk and baby talk and hug and smother and love and love and love upon these guys 24/7. That is naturally what is in me, what I want to do. But because of this breed, I understand the severity of good leadership and boundaries and giving and receiving love and all of that, how much it matters to really set the right tone.
And what I teach you about love?
They got to earn it.
Yep, got to earn it. Told you guys, got to earn it.
And it's like a safety thing. Honestly, it's so much bigger. It could be a separate video, obviously, but because it is a safety concern with a breed like this versus a Chihuahua, it is what forced me to take all of this seriously, but it has totally changed the way I view owning a dog.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
People love to see you.
Do they?
Yeah.
I love to see the people. I love to see all million of the people. What up, Million Crew? Thank you for being here. This is such a cool thing that Jason has done. So I am just going to rave about him for a minute, because if you don't follow him on Instagram, you may not know. You probably should follow him on Instagram though, but you guys hit 1 million subscribers. That's so cool. It's something that most people don't achieve. Bruce Wayne, Jason Corey, and Joey Justice down here, you guys all made this possible. And I think this channel really represents so much more than just looking at cool dogs or scary dogs. Like, this channel represents truly living in the world we live in. It's time to level up as humans, as individuals, with your dog leadership and just in general. And I think Jason really embodies a lot of what many people strive to be like. And I'm sure that's why many of you enjoy watching him, his direct, no nonsense approach to dog training and just education and how he teaches you guys. Truly, this man doesn't give himself enough credit. So I'm doing the Lord's work right now. But let's shout him and all these guys out down in the comments. Thanks, guys, for being here. This is so cool. And for the million of you that probably actually aren't subscribed, you actually should just take a moment, set up an account, and hit the subscribe button, because we're at 1 million now and you're missing out. That's all I got to say.
Also, a lot of this channel growth is because of you two. Don't sell yourself short here. You're a huge part of this channel.
Thanks,
Everybody
baby.
loves you. All right, guys, peace.
Why is Jay so tired?
You're gonna pull your pants down.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, you're a legend, dude. You're officially a legend.
No, it's official, buddy.
Makes my heart happy. You changed the breed.
Dead.
You changed the breed. It makes me so happy. You'll live on forever. Definitely gives me that peace of mind as he obviously gets older. Quick things before I finish up. I get so many questions about how I raised 2 males together, how I got Bruce Wayne so well trained, how I got Joey Justice so well trained. What's my exact raw feeding setup? How do I feed raw? How do I transition to raw? So many raw questions as well. How do I handle reactivity? What do I do the first 6 months of life? And that is so hard to answer in a YouTube video. So I created a new platform, Jason Corey's Canine Blueprint. It's great for all dogs. And it's a platform where I have a community space, and I also sell all of my training courses and ebooks like the Ultimate Cane Corso Blueprint, the Ultimate Canine Socialization Blueprint. And I honestly need to say, so please hear me out. If you take anything away from this video, when you're training any dog, socialization needs to be done right. And socialization is far more important than obedience work. Once socialization comes, when your dog's nervous system can handle the outside real world, obedience comes easy. So if you're serious about this breed, please check out the description. I'll link my platform down below. And I'm going to keep continuing to add more to the platform. If you're watching this right now and you're on the fence about getting a Cane Corso, just please listen to me, hear me out. Don't buy a Cane Corso because it looks cool. Don't buy a Cane Corso if you don't have serious dog experience behind you. Definitely not for the first time dog owner. Definitely not for someone who hasn't had a challenging breed in their life. Buy one because you've done your homework, you've done your research, and you really love what you see here in this video because I share so much of my real world life with you all. You understand what it takes, you understand the breed, you understand the relationship I have and Kara has with the breed. Get one because of that. And don't just get one because you want a family protector. Because yes, it's a guard dog, but you actually need to be your guard dog. Your guard dog has your back when you can't have it. First and foremost, you are your dog's protector. And if you really want to know if you're ready for a Cane Corso, I made a free, 100% free Cane Corso readiness test, and I'll leave the link in the description box below. You can take that test and it's going to give you your strengths, your weaknesses, things you can work on. And if you're ready for such an amazing breed that is large and powerful and can be difficult at times. And if it tells you you're ready, welcome to the most intense, loyal breed ever. And you're really hitting that point home about love and intensity and loyalty, aren't you, bro? If this video helped you at all, please hit the like button because it really does truly help the channel. It helps us grow. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Fully updated cost to own a Cane Corso in 2026 video coming soon. And if you want to go deeper on any of this, head over to Jason Corey's Canine Blueprint, which I have linked in the description box below. I would love to see you in our community. Until next time, Bruce Wayne, Joey Justice, myself, see you later. Peace. Should I bring back this t-shirt design? I sold it for a limited time only, but it's one of my favorite designs. Super sick, let me know.